Hey there, it's Will Vaughan from Your Career Mastery, and in this video, we're going to be talking about how you can stay more motivated at work. It's totally normal to go through periods in your career when you feel super motivated, when you're really juiced about going to work, you're really juiced and motivated about all the key projects that you're working on and seeing all the people at work that you enjoy seeing. But then it's also completely normal to go through periods in your career where you don't feel motivated, where you're not juiced about going to work, and in fact, you dread going to work. And you can think of all the millions of things you'd rather be doing than getting up, chucking on a shirt or whatever it is you wear to work and actually going into the office. And I know for me personally, I really struggle with this, particularly with motivation, when you're coming back to work from a holiday, whether it is starting off in January, coming off the Christmas break, or going away overseas or going on a domestic holiday in your country, and coming back to work and trying to get motivated to get back into that routine and sort of find your groove again. So that's why I wanted to put this video together and we're sharing some of my tips on how I stay motivated in my day-to-day job. So my first tip for becoming more motivated at work and trying to find ways to stay motivated is all about focusing on your professional development. So it can be demotivating at times when you think about all the great work you're doing in your role and you're making money for someone else. Yes, you're going to get paid a salary, maybe even a bonus, fantastic. But at the end of the day, most of us are all working in jobs to make the GM or the senior leadership team or the owners of the business rich. And that can at times be quite demotivating because we like to think that for all the great work we're doing, we will see a share of that bounty and that profit and that reward. But in many cases, we only get our salary. In many cases, we might even feel that we're underpaid. So it can be quite demotivating to see all the great work you're doing, but really most of that work across all the workforce is scaled up and the reward is going to the people at the very, very top. So my tip is really to focus on your professional development because over and above your salary, that is the reward that you will get that will stay with you, that will help you move forward and keep growing in your career. So if you put a lot of emphasis into your professional development and building skills, building competencies, building bases of knowledge, those are things that will compound each and every year in your career because the skills that you built last year, they will carry forward into this year, and the skills that you build this year will carry forward into next year. And so that has a really important and powerful compounding effect, but it's not going to happen by accident. So I really want to impress upon you the importance of focusing on your professional development and taking responsibility for it because, like I said, it's not going to happen by accident. And that's actually very empowering. So if you take the reins of your development and really put a lot of emphasis into planning how you're going to map out your development, put yourself into key opportunities that are going to improve your skills, improve your experience, help build your professional network, those are things that are going to compound your growth and help move you forward in your career. Because doing this kind of work is what is going to allow you to grow in your career and make $20,000, $30,000, even $40,000 pay jumps in your salary when you change jobs, when you move companies, because you can show a great portfolio of work and demonstrate your value to the marketplace. The name of the game is all about increasing your value, increasing the impact that you can have on a company, whether it's a financial impact, whether it's an operational impact. But at the end of the day, you need to take responsibility for improving your skills because it's not the responsibility of your manager or your team or your employer to manage and take complete responsibility of your professional development. That is on you and you alone. Tip number 2 is to focus on what your goals are and how your job and your current day-to-day projects you're working on can actually help you get there. I know for me personally, it's really helpful to think about the salary that I make in my current role and the projects that I'm working on and how that contributes to my long-term goals, whether it be financial, such as saving for a mortgage, going on a holiday with my partner, improving investments I can make in my portfolio, improving investments I can make in my side hustles, whatever it might be, but really getting clear about the salary that I get from my job, including bonuses and things like that, and how it's all helping me in the big picture, not just of my career, but my life goals as well. So it's easy to look at work in isolation in your life and get quite demotivated about it. But if you can look at work as a vehicle to get you to where you want to go in your career, then that can actually be a really powerful motivational force that keeps you focused and actually helps you get clarity on why you're in that role and why it's important for you in your life. We obviously all need to work to make money, to put food on the table, to pay the bills, but your salary and your job can play a bigger role in your stepping stones to getting where you want to be in your life in terms of your professional success, your personal success, and also your relationships and just your life goals. And this can also come down to your professional development and in terms of how you view your current work and looking for ways that you can extract as much value out of it as possible. If you start looking at your day-to-day job as an opportunity to improve your skills, to improve your relationships, whether it is your communication skills, your time management skills, your organizational skills, and really try to mine the business to learn as much about business and about commerce and about making products and sales as you can. These are transferable skills that will help you not just in your day-to-day role, but in your broader long-term scope of your career as well, and can help increase the chances of becoming more successful and also landing that dream job or that ideal role that you're actually really gunning for in the back of your mind, but you've never really put the plan in place to go after. So I love the phrase that it's not about having a lot of resources, but it's about being resourceful. And another great phrase that I love is, a bird in the hand is worth two in the bush. So your job that you have right now, that's worth more than any prospective jobs because it's a job you've already got. It's a job that's already paying you. So even if you are looking for other roles, I highly suggest that you use your current role to learn as much as you can, extract as much value out of it, because again, that will allow you to build that portfolio of work and increase your professional development at a greater rate that will allow you to pivot faster and more easily into whatever ideal career trajectory that you're trying to get into. And tip number 3 for becoming more motivated at work is all about improving your relationships. So for me personally, I know when I go out of my way at work to chat to people, to ask them questions, and really start building a relationship and actually start building friendships at work, it makes me more motivated to go to work because I'm looking forward to seeing certain people. There's nothing worse than going to work and not knowing who to talk to, not feeling like you've got people that you can have a joke with, have some banter with. You really want to have great relationships at work because that's a foundation, not just for doing great work, but it's also a foundation for, as a person, enjoying your life. So we spend 8 hours a day, typically minimum, at work. So it's really important that we like the people we work with and we take responsibility for going out of our way and put in some effort to try and build some great relationships. And that doesn't mean you need to have a group of 10 best friends that you go out drinking with and all that sort of stuff, but it means that you should have a few close people that you can talk to, have a joke about, talk about work, but also talk about your weekend and what's going on in your life on a personal basis and what's going on in their life as well. And I found for the most part, one of the most effective ways to approach this is just to simply be interested in people. Ask them questions, be interested in what's going on in their life, and that will open up conversations and they might ask you questions about your life. And that's really the foundation for building great relationships at work. But it's such an important thing to do because we're going to go through periods in our career where the work part of our work is not going great, where it's tough and we're lacking motivation. But if we can have great relationships, then that can help us get through those tough times and stay focused and stay in a place where we're enjoying the work we're doing because we're enjoying the people that we're working with. And I found for the most part, if you're not really enjoying your work, but you love the people you work with, that makes all the difference in your career because it's going to make a difference on your day-to-day experience of your work, but also your life in general. And my last tip for managing motivation at work is all about managing your energy. So I talk about this in a number of my videos, and that is that you need to be self-aware and mature and responsible about how you manage your energy at work. No one should expect you to be going full tilt all the time. So if you're going through a period where things are tough at work or you're really lacking motivation, use that as an opportunity to listen to your body, listen to your mind, and if you're able to, pull back a little bit. Don't work quite as hard, don't work such crazy hours, but give yourself room to breathe and to manage your energy effectively. Because if you don't, you'll just find yourself going into a hole where you're burning out, you're losing your energy, you're starting to resent work, it might affect your relationships at work. It might also start to affect your energy and your relationships outside of work as well. So it's super important that you're self-aware about where you're at with your energy, where you're at with your motivation. And if it's a really big problem and you have a great relationship with your line manager, be open with them, be transparent. Don't complain about work, but really just use it as an opportunity to say, look, here's where I'm at. Here's what I'm struggling with. And just pull back a little bit. Don't work such crazy hours. Don't work so hard. Give yourself room to breathe. So again, I always mention this in videos, but your career is a marathon, not a sprint. There's no reason why you should be sprinting through your job every day and every week. You need to manage your energy levels through what I like to call peaks and troughs. So there'll be periods where you're peaking, you're working on a key project and you're really just going hard. But then there'll be times when once you move out of that peak, you need to take some time to pull back, recharge, reset, rebuild your energy, and then go back into a normal stream of work. So it's all about balance, but it's all about being self-aware and understanding where you're at with your energy and how you're feeling and acting appropriately based on that. So I'm Will Vaughan from Your Career Mastery. I really hope you found this video helpful. If you did, don't forget to hit subscribe because there's more videos coming out each and every week. And if you've got any questions or any feedback on this content, don't forget to leave them in the comments below. But like I said, there's more videos coming out each and every week, and I'll see you in the next video. Cheers.